Hello, everybody. Welcome to the commentary for the top four from Gen Con 2022's Ancients Tournament. Chris Nirvana here, commentating my own game here, going up against Vic, aka the Iceman, and he is running Adonis the Cozener, good old Deverinian who's all trying to go MLG. It was an interesting meta call that Vic made, and it's working out for him. Made it to the top four at this point. He's running up against my Kothka deck still that we saw in the top 8. If you haven't seen that game against Midge's Adarami, you can check that back out in some of the previous videos we got on, but very different matchup here. Deverinians with a whole lot of DC checks and cancel and redirections. So my deck doesn't really output a whole bunch of different. It doesn't put out volume of strikes. So my whole goal here is like I need to get answers to stop the cancellation, which I do have in here. So we'll have to see if I can get them. And starting off, we're seeing I drop a Torn and just use it right away, getting rid of a bar fight. No reason to fight the Ged Carols up in the top. Vic so far has just been dropping characters, including Mother Deanne. There's a strike cancellation. His whole goal, he wants the game to go as long as possible. The longer it goes, the more chance he'll get an MLG. And he won't have to have too high of a skill to hit Kothka. So, one note that you can notice on the board, he has a very different level 1 character. That is a proxy for a Ged Carol. Those are 3 Ged Carols that he is starting. But I am just he's dropping characters just to kind of hide back there, and I'm just drawing as many cards as I possibly can. And there's my engine.
Take a swing on gun.
He played 4 characters, has 1 card left in his hand, but he's going aggressive.
Save. Fail.
Gundas are not good at skill checks.
That makes it critical failures, or is it cancel?
Critical failure. These are critical failures.
Okay.
Attack that gun. Miss.
He can't hit 9 AC either.
Let's see.
When I see my opponent get down to 1 card in my hand, I feel pretty comfortable. I can usually just kind of look and see, all right, now I know where this is going, unless they have like the absolute perfect trap card in their hand. So with this, I kind of just sense, especially by Vic's body language, that he is just, the way he was just, here's a character. It's like I can kind of know that all these characters are coming. And in the sense that I got, it was something that he probably didn't want to see. In one degree, it helps, because there's a whole bunch of characters in the way of his Warlord. But you see, but in the other end, he's missing some key pieces that he needs to shut me down. I grab a character. We see a Loyalties Reward, a Sethos. That looks like a Kelsuk. Also, I chucked away with Kothka's order. But that's who I picked. Good old Karachuk.
Let's give him a
And here is my key tech, the Figurine of Power. Most people forget what the Figurine of Power does.
Yep.
It has a spin react after a adjacent character performs I think it's an attack or a melee strike. I'm not sure which. I think it's attack. After it performs an attack, all the strikes from that attack cannot be canceled or redirected. So usually people wouldn't do that, but for me, I put these in because I needed extra characters. One, so like the 2 extra characters, the Figurine Power, they worked well for me all day just to help get some ranks. They're a level 4 fighter that can play Loyalties Reward. Like you saw me play with that Bokos there. He played the Loyalties Reward from the discard pile. But really here it's just he shuts down this matchup. Anything that has cancellation. Anyone who has stealth. This is what the Figurine is there to do.
Let's use Serene on Karachuk, and I'll use the Figurine so it can't be canceled or redirected.
Okay.
So let's go.
So let me double check figurine. Spend react 400 days gives
Hopefully, that's why I put it in there.
Yeah. Oh, that's good stuff.
Plus 15 on the guy in the back.
He can still use Adonis's react to try and cancel.
On the other side, so that
Or try to make it a critical failure, I should say.
Yep.
But I still passed, and then I punched Rama in the face.
Yeah.
second strike, target Mother Deanne.
DC 12.
DC 12. It's good.
Take a different target.
Cannot be canceled or redirected.
Oh, or redirected. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I guess that's the right action.
So I will.
Target must choose a different target.
Yep.
That's a little funny moment we all saw there with Callum. It's like, is this redirection? Pick another target. Well, it doesn't say redirection. Even talking with Vic after that, like later, many moons later, like the PM on Discord, he was like, "Yeah, that's when you knew I was tired." I was questioning that.
DC 12. Let's go. Or no, you DC 9.
But
All
it
I
is
got
in
is-
fact
I'll go for the big one.
redirection.
All right, you're safe.
10. So it's
I
good.
keep rolling the dice off the board though.
12. That's good.
Reroll that.
This is an
If I'd moved my tokens, it would have been a
That
one.
was an interesting exchange, a little bit of gamesmanship there. When we rolled the dice, it landed on one of his tokens. From this angle with the GoPro, it looks a lot more cocked than it did from my angle when playing. That thing looked flat as could be. I think even Bobby said it the same thing. He's like, was that dice flat after the match? And like, Vic was like, no, please re-roll. It's a leader. I was like, okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. So I go from a 17 to an 18 or whatever it is. But either way, it still hits. So
Choose one of the other guys.
see that one of the little things. It's because that's why you heard me pause for a while. I was like, you really going to make me re-roll this?
Good. These are high rolls.
So,
For it.
didn't matter in the end.
Yep. Pass.
I want to put COVID in the front. I can because I'm going to kill this, gain some charges.
You can tell I'm tired there. How do I get COVID to the front? Well, I could just say pass and let Gun to die, and he'd get up there with the free move anyway. But this way, at least I got some charges.
Back alley.
Sure.
So I was holding that back alley for that Rama that never did anything. Which draws me a Dragon Sword.
One card. One fucking card.
Cargreg.
Cargreg gets me a card, which gets me 2 more. So I drew 5 from that last card.
I run
Oh,
2 Staff of Secrets
sorry.
and 2 Conjurations.
He's in this right. Sorry, my bad.
Yep, there we
Alright, that's your
go.
first warning.
Me putting Cargreg in the wrong place. But we fix it.
Tournament, I've seen you got Kai next to Get Carl. I'm like, what the fuck? Why, like, who is that? What does that guy do?
It's because I only own 2
It's a
Get
fucking
Corrals.
proxy. I'm
There
like,
we go. We hear Fat Kid in the background coming over here.
Curious and 6.
Fat Kid's still pissed off that he lost to me, so he's coming by like, you better not fuck this up. This is basically why he's here.
Tap up. All the way up.
Now I get the Retarius up there.
And
So getting Retarius and Karachik on board. Everybody's pushed back 2 levels now.
Yeah, when I saw this, I thought it was Conjuration. I was like,
He
I'm just gonna
draws a
be at Staff of
counter
Secrets and
spell.
shut you down.
I got no spells on that
Counter-
deck.
counter spells.
But I don't know if everyone ever
That is
heard it,
not
but
good.
Vic is basically saying he needs turn
all I
1
needed.
Staff of Secrets or Conjuration to search out Staff of Secrets in order to stop my card draw engine. Because with this Kotka deck, it can draw its entire deck by turn 2 and 3.
1 again.
And that's how it's built. I think one game I didn't need to draw cards.
I want to start this.
There was, I don't know, I think it was against Fat Kid. Game 1 in the top 8, we saw that happen.
Sethus will draw me a card.
Sure.
So I might as well just keep on drawing.
Korchak is minus 10 until end of turn.
We see a Words of Woe.
Minus 10 on all die rolls.
Everything.
All die rolls on Karachuk are minus 10, so he did it on... The fact that he didn't do it on my Warlord makes me like, alright, cool. I don't have to worry about MLG or anything like that. That kind of just tips the hand to the rest of the turn. Like, this is... Him killing me is not in it. I have at least another turn,
I
and
don't think I had anybody ready
by
for
then
that.
my
Maybe
deck
correct.
should already be all done.
Could have swung at Korchak. Yeah, I could have done 1 wound.
Let's.
Most people do forget that though.
Vic mentioning that he forgot that
I'll use Torrent.
when I use Serene,
You got it.
you can swing back at the character that performed the attack. And every single human being that I played against forgot that. But we see me pitching a Maddie to Torin, and that's kind of note there. It just shows how much draw I have. I would rather just discard that,
I got him.
not thin my deck too much, because look at that small stack that I have down there. Like, I'm already almost through, and I'm confident that I would get through, at the very least, by the end of next turn. So why bother giving my opponent another card? So he tried to play Zaros in 4. Zaros supposed to go to 5, so he just plays that just to push up that Zaros to 2.
Sethus can 6.
And I'm still dropping characters.
Since tension on your altar.
No.
He goes for the altar.
You got 5.
5.
5 cards, 5 DC
12.
12s.
On the altar, plus 6 skill. That's good.
Stop throwing out of some. 2. 3.
These are good rolls.
Here's the one that always
Last
misses.
one.
12.
Got me a 6. With 6 skill, that 6 is good enough.
Fucking ring
I've lost track of them.
So it
Made
was
all the
a
checks.
25% chance, or 75% chance of success every roll, and the fact I rolled 5 and passed the ball was very good. But the fact that the altar has 6 skill is
Swinging a gun down.
a big question mark. It has more skill than most warlords in the Build a Warlord event.
There you go. React.
So he's swinging. Once he starts swinging, I also know it's like, all right, he's pretty much out of actions. He's just like, why not? He's marking that to gain some skill from Adonis.
Swinging the other gun down.
I'm pretty comfortable with that at this point. Based off of like the read with the words of woe, I don't think he has an MLG.
Let's go for this one.
You're safe.
Good?
Pick a different target.
Ah,
This one. You're safe.
good.
DC 12.
12. Not good.
You get more skill.
There you go.
Swing on COVID.
Go for it.
Nope.
Those level 1s are just really irrelevant at this point.
Es bueno.
I don't think I'm going to have to go in the front. I'm all worried about just going in the back door.
Sethos is going to get a card.
But I'm still looking for either another person.
Caleb will meet at the end.
React.
And we see a Maddie into a back alley. Classic play gets me 3 cards. That's why I just pitch Maddie. I don't need. I knew I'd get more cards anyway.
Somebody or something.
That's what I'm looking for. Basically, another level 5 that isn't minus 10. So I got Arbra's in rank 7.
Wand of negation.
And I turn off that wand
Okay.
with my own wand, which is on Serene. The one of wand that I have in my deck.
Yeah.
For things like this, or for like bodyguards, or like a shadow token, something like that.
Yeah.
But I wand his wand the second it hits the play. I don't see him playing a Ring of Blasting yet, but I don't want him turning off
Ball and Arbors.
the King's Lady in my hand. But he's got he Words of Woe is the second level 5 character that I have back there. So everybody's minus 10. Those DC 12s are now hard to pass. So he's looking like he's going to last this turn.
Let's give Karat.
Karat is getting the King's Lady mainly because he just has the largest attack.
Coran forward. Throw stunts.
Does Adonis's react make it a critical
And
failure?
you see me jump on that right away. I asked if it made it a critical failure, but it really doesn't matter. Because the second I saw him stun Zaros, I knew he couldn't react. So I was very happy to go. Yet I forget
Okay.
to use the figurine of power here. For some
Target
unknown
him,
reason.
Stunned, so he can't react.
Yeah, that was something I just realized.
So this is plus 11.
Yep.
Second
So
strike.
Vic just
on
saying he
Karen.
just realized that
DC
too.
12.
Definitely a misstep
minus
here,
3.
but
Yep.
Oh, it's a 20. There's the 1.
Sure. Sure, that's a legal die too.
It is absolutely.
Ooh.
Caleb.
So
DC
that
12.
comment just there. So
DC
I'm going to explain what happened there.
Third
So
one from King's Lady.
my 20 has a U for the letter U as a 20. So I rolled the 20. I showed him the one on the other side just to show that, and he goes, "What I thought I heard, what had happened was him saying, questioning whether or not it was a legal die." Which really bothered me. I was like, you hear me, it's absolutely legal. But like, I kept my calm here. I'm like, I didn't really like that. But now hearing it now, I think he kind of meant like, yeah, I'm sure it's legal. Like, you don't have to prove it to me. Like, that's what I think. So it just shows you you guys can hear things differently when it's 1 a.m. on Gen Con when you're playing in the top 4 with a massive hangover. So, but that will come into play later on, because when that happened, I was not very happy there. A little bit of good old, I guess we could call it drama. Me overreacting a little bit, but anytime I hear people like accuse me of having a loaded dice, it's just kind of like, are you out of your mind? Like, did you not see all the 4s I've rolled? Like, everybody will always remember the good rolls I have, and nobody will remember the bad rolls I have. But it's just how everybody is. But especially when you are, as I said, very, very tired at this point. But back to the game anyway. We got a slow march from Arbros. I just moved him up to the front just because. That one of Slow March was such a great call in my deck throughout the entire tournament. Very happy I ran it just as an alternative. Like, okay, I just need something else to do. And it had won me multiple games where the opponent threw themselves to the front rank thinking that that's what they needed to do against my Serene, which is true. But then Slow March and Bar Fight closed that gap.
That's not enough. Nope.
Arbros with his -10s, trying those skill checks, not going to work.
Sure. And that's me. Okay. Score to meet the end.
So I didn't even play the Matty. Just threw it away.
So much is gone.
But at this point, I'm moving characters up between Rotarius and Karachuk. Everyone coming in 2 levels higher. I'm just like, I don't need to play other characters. I'm good. Like, if I have to play characters, they're probably gonna go in those back ranks anyway. I don't really have many left either at this point.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scoop.
You scoop?
Yeah.
I'm very set up. Alrighty.
I could drop 2 characters.
And we hear a scoop from Vic.
And I have no more.
Takes a look at his hand. Sees he's showing the ring.
And the wand is
Well, I wand your wand.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you either burn your wand, or that's.
Yeah,
that's
we're
what
talking
you-
about, like, that's what he's saying. Like, his
wand.
wand, he'll force my wand to wand his wand, or he'll wand it, and then he would drop the ring of blasting and basically get it going. But
that's about it.
he didn't have an MLG, so he's done. He just scoops it up. He's like, yep, that's about it.
Last summer, this
So
was my answer to it.
game 1 goes to me.
You'd realize that in June, 2 of the top 8 were Kafka. No one played Kafka in August. So it was as much about reading the meta as it was about building Zod. It was choosing to build Zod because they read the meta and said, no one's going to replay Kafka after 2 people made top 8 with it.
Exactly.
And he just, that speed and those gigantic swings just destroys him.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. I'm actually impressed this deck got as far as
Vic talking about just his choices of the meta, whether or not Zod would be a factor or not, and basically Kothka being good against Zod in a sense because of massive strikes. And that's also kind of one of the reasons why I did pick it. But you know, him saying he went Adonis is very good against Zod as well. Depending on the Zod build, it usually doesn't have too much skill. But also, depending on the Zod build, you might get Medusa, that level 6 action, Medusa Lord's Guile, or a different kind of MLG, I think it is, the one that lets you name a card and remove all copies from your opponent's deck. That would absolutely shut down Adonis. Because you just do that, call MLG, and then Zod has absolutely nothing to fear. Doesn't matter how little skill he is. Vic looking for his Staff of Secrets. I'm like, I'll just sabotage you. Don't worry. We can see a little counterspell. He drew his counterspell again, turn 1. The wrong deck that he wants that against.
Alter.
Yeah, this altering can't possibly do it again, right? There's 1.
Another Zin's attention on the altar.
8.
That makes it.
That's good.
Yeah. 2 more.
That's good.
Off the 5. Good physics.
There.
Finally failed. All right, but you know what? 9 for Ted. That's pretty good. So no altar this turn, or this game, I should say.
consider our options. Kothka.
Yep.
So here we see me go Kothka. I'm probably looking at my hand. I'm missing some things, so I need to find something.
Nothing like having to dump all that crap, all the good stuff, right?
Who's got the higher skill?
That's,
Kelsec's gonna go.
that's true. I even showed like, yeah, I'm picking a character. I'm looking for a big guy who's got skill. So basically telling him I have serrated my hand.
Where are you going?
I haven't decided.
Oh, I thought you said let's take a swing here.
No, let's like as in my next action will be let's take a swing here.
Understood. Double entendre.
Not really a double entendre, Vac, but talking to myself in the third person in the
Might as
past
well
like
give you
this.
some free skill.
Let's do the DC 12 first.
DC 12. Not good.
Good choice though.
Got me.
Swing on Gunda.
So he used the DC 12 there first before he used the DC 9, just hoping that he'd get the skill.
Cartwright's got more skill.
Here he
DC 9.
switches up to the 9 though. He just kind of switched it up.
DC 12.
I don't know, maybe to
Good.
just kind of see how that went. But when I rolled the 10 on that first gun, it turned out to be something worthwhile because I would have passed the 9. He hasn't played a character yet though, so that's very important of note.
Yeah, go for it.
Nope.
Ready Gunda. Unwounded.
Unwounded. Go for it.
Oh, 4. That miserable 4.
Let's go with Bokos.
Good old Bokos.
Uh,
So much value in any deck that runs loyalty rewards.
throw down Zin's attention on Gunda.
Yeah,
Ooh, double Zins.
There
So we see him going Spell Blitz
Yep.
here. And this is why I don't do double altar. I have just a 1 altar, and then I have Knag to hold ranks. I need HP there.
Rama. Yeah, you are going to need rank soon.
Bokos. I don't have a loyalties in there. Nope.
No loyalties rewarded in the discard pile.
Row with the wind on Adonis. Because that's going to matter.
Up goes Bokos.
He's drawing the wrong meta cards.
Sadly, I have to pass. I did not get my Conjuration or my Staff of Secrets.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna
So
draw
it's
some
all
cards.
you.
Let's draw some cards.
Yep.
And so I'm on solitaire at this point.
Let's go for this one.
Here's it.
It's good.
Go for it.
Got him.
Feels so good to hit those planner guys.
One more Ged Carroll than I would have ever thought.
He switches out the proxy.
Pass.
Though he did lose. Oh, no, that's the dead one there. That's right.
Uh-huh.
I was going to say that he did lose his token, but it's like, no, it's a different character. So I just spent Kothka for back alley. I'm like, he's not going to Rama.
Figurine on Sethos.
Yep.
Make the figurine.
Yep.
Rotarius.
Okay.
We got the Rotarius with the King's Lady. No Serene. Okay. I thought I had Serene in my hand. I guess not.
Now, how do I want to do this?
That's probably what it was. I probably just saw a
the
character and was just like,
Put the
okay,
figurine
what
in
am I
the
going to do?
Yep.
So I'm just going to build up ranks and throw that Rotarius up there. That's why I left the figurine there. Like, the other move was to keep the figurine on Rotarius and then just next turn use the figurine and have a level 4 fighter in the front rank. But I needed to have those back ranks more secure for when Rotarius gets up there.
Rotarius goes to the front.
Another counterspell, opening hand. I saw that and I was like, really?
Come on.
Really?
He keeps teasing you.
What are you doing to me? All right, everything's +1. 3.
3 and a 4. There we
No Save a
go.
Light to save me.
Some high rolls for initiative there.
What do I got here? This is something.
Think out, basically taking out my whole turn at this point.
Spend
Is the
code
staff going to
to
come?
royalties reward.
Do I want to draw how many cards before that? Which card draw do I want to use?
Spend 4
Let
extension.
me see him
I will
looking
react
for
with
some
back
stuff.
alley tab.
So I react with the back alley because he pays the cost of an action to draw a card.
I'm good to draw.
So I just confirm with him that I'm good to draw just to make sure.
Yeah, we're burying those on the bottom.
Get closer to that staff, man.
Okay. It's like staff, conjuration. Just need the
Karat and
There
six.
we go. We got double. I dropped Karat. So Rotarius and Karat are now online. And he moves Rama forward. That when he did that, I was like, really? And you were about to find out why.
I've seen 15.
I know.
15 cards, still nothing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Midge can't keep away from any game.
Jack Sandus.
He comes in 5.
Oh, you just dropped. Fucking A. I'm too tired. I don't know.
And then we see Vic realizing his mistake. He had
There you go.
3 level 3s. Oh, we have somebody walking by who's like is reminiscing about Warlord, as Vic is having a crisis because he tapped forward his only character and can't play his level 3
What was that?
characters at this point. He has jocks,
Make your life a lot easier.
but he can't do that because they gotta come in 5. And then he tries to Words of Woe my Karat, and I just rescue it, and that's enough for him. He did not. He is tilted
Sorry, bud.
because of the play mistake. He didn't realize that. He could have played his characters. Probably would have. Those would have been a good next 5 cards. But either way,
I moved
once
Rama
that
forward, you
happens,
dropped him
he's
off
just.
Korchak.
he's
It's like, I
done.
should have held Rama later in the turn or something.
So that'll
It's like, I wanted
do
to get some
it.
characters out, move things around,
And that shows you the
but I didn't
fatigue
think about
whenever
the
you play
possibility
in a
of losing.
tournament and you go this deep and it's running as late as it is, especially at Gen Con where you're usually up early.
But it wasn't in
You
my
just
head of,
you make
no,
these
you
mistakes.
wait for Korchak to table because
And
he's going.
Vic made a big one there. It's hard to say hindsight what would have mattered,
Unless Rama kills something.
but either way, we do the thing where
To kill something.
we think
And
about
I
it.
just thought you were like, oh, he's got back alley. I'm not going to do it. It's not
And
worth
here
it.
we're talking
so,
about how he
okay,
like
that's why
never
I
used Rama.
Oh.
And so that's why I didn't care about back alleys. But either way, it's always kind of like, all right, let's talk about the match now that you guys can, like, all right, what was in your card? What was your game plan? What were you thinking?
then, yeah.
But
Conjuration, you want 3?
either way, I get the W. I avoid all these Staff of Secrets and Conjurations, and I get the 2-0 win pretty easily, which, you know, could have been scarier when MLG would be the end of it, but that means I get to go to the finals. And the finals is my only loss in Swiss. Woodrow Hood running a Darmy, which was a close one. So that will wrap it up for this this commentary. If you guys liked what you heard, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that stuff that you're supposed to say whenever you make a YouTube video. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to more in-person Warlord events where I can record these with my GoPro and do these commentary things. But we will see you guys later for the finals. Bye.